I love
Oh,
some good
that's
barbecue.
crazy.
Um, anyways, everyone, thank you if you listen to this. This is another episode of Reflect and Grow. I'm your host, Juan Michael, where we come here each week to reflect, we grow, and we laugh. We got Janae back in the building.
Hi
Um,
guys.
going on. Before we get started, I want to thank everybody that came out this weekend. This weekend was so crazy. I was in West Virginia, South Carolina. It was in Richmond. Super, super dope. Met so many dope people. Man, it was great. It was amazing. I can't wait to go back to those cities. So I just want to thank each and every person that came out this weekend. This weekend I will be in Vermont. So if you're listening to this, it's Vermont. This comes out on Thursday. Check me out. I'll be at the Woolen Mill Comedy Club. So please check that out. And Vermont should be so fun. What up, Talking Greasy? All right, so today we're gonna get here started. We got me and Janae in here. We're gonna be talking about friendship breakups. Um, this is something that it hit me kind of hard because I'm somebody that grew up, especially as a guy, but women too. There's, I think it was a lot of, if you grew up in an environment that might not have been the healthiest, and you didn't process your emotions and stuff like that, and you had to bottle stuff in. I didn't realize how much friendship breakups can affect you.
hmm
Um, Janae, I mean, just curiosity, why do you think friendship breakups hurt so much?
Because friendships are based off of, you got family, but friendships are based off of, it's not a mandatory bond, right? It's you finding people who fit your circle, your certain type of, I always say your certain type of weird. They connect with their certain type of weird. And so, y'all, if y'all hear my manager's about to run in here right now, there he goes. Okay. Okay, then turn it on the TV. Bye. Baby, mommy's on a podcast. Okay, give it here. This
So
is
why?
like, if y'all not ready to have no kids, don't. Because they don't care. They don't, like, getting back to the friendship.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So, yeah, your friends are who you bond with. It's voluntary. Like it's who you choose. And so, it could go any kind of way. And when you break up, you're saying, we don't mesh anymore. Our weird isn't connected anymore. And that kind of hurts, especially if you build it off of a bond, that you
Mhm.
feel like it's gonna last forever. It doesn't.
Yeah, it was something I went through, and I didn't know how much it affects you. I went through a friendship breakup, I want to say a couple of years ago. And it was something that I was just like, whoa, like, well, let's figure out how to start. Like, I was friends with someone that was like, we were friends for like years. And it got to a point that like we would talk every day. Like this was like my best friend. But sometimes things happen in life. Like I remember I was going through something with my family. Me and my family wasn't talking. She just had like a kid. She was having baby daddy issues. And it was like when we got on the phone, the energies were just so bad. Like I remember feeling like, man, like I feel like my friend was like projecting a lot of her like baby daddy stuff onto me that she was going through, and which is understandable. She was going through life, and
hmm
but I won't try to be on the phone and project it. So she'll do that, and then I'll be triggered. I'm dealing with this, but he's like, you want to be loyal to your friend. So
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I gotta stick through this and get through it. But it got to a point that I was just like, yo, I can't do this. And I like, man, we got like in a full blown argument. I was like, yo. And and then I was like, yeah, I ain't talking to you no more. And
Uh-huh.
I remember the next day I was sad. I was like, yo, why? Why?
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. Like we stopped talking for like a year.
hmm
Like I stopped talking to my friend for a whole year. What I learned from that situation was sometimes with friendships, they can, you don't necessarily have to have them. Sometimes they have to change. Sometimes
Mhm.
the way you talk to each other is gonna change. Like you talking every
Mhm.
day, that's gonna stop. And sometimes the what the friendship dynamic changed. Like now, me and that
Yeah.
person, like she supports like once a month she comes on my like Zoom rent comedy party, and like that's
Mhm.
where we at right now. And like
Yeah.
I just have to accept like that's what it was. Uh,
Yeah. And I think like sometimes just with friendships, there are times where you grow apart. There's times in anything where you have disagreements.
mhm,
And if it's a real friend, the friend will come back. I had a friend who did not come back. And this is a friend who, like, elementary school up until we were grown.
mhm,
And our last falling out, we haven't talked to each other
mhm.
again. And, did it hurt? Yeah, but her actions hurt me more. You know what I'm saying? And the things that she was saying and the way she was acting, her actions hurt me more. And that was, and it sucked, but it's just one of those things. So I'm happy you and your friend kind of got to reconcile that. But sometimes, you don't get to reconcile. You don't get that option.
So for you, what's a sign for you that you know the friendship is coming to an end?
Um, just when the respect isn't there anymore.
Mhm,
Because I have friends where I could talk to them every day, and I have friends that I might talk to once a month. And so I won't say that communication thing, but it's the
mhm.
way you're communicating. Like, is the communication respectful? Is it always like, oh, it couldn't be me? And you like, what the hell couldn't be you? Because all I'm doing over here is living. What you mean? It couldn't be, so it's everything you're saying, your hopes and your dreams, they knocking your stuff like, so
So they think they better than you.
not even better. It's not even that. You have friends. I don't think it's better. It's just always like that dream killer friend, like that friend who's once they get to a point where everything you're like, you know what? Because I feel like with your friends, you should be able to run stuff by them. You know what I'm saying? Your ideas. Now, yeah, you could. If it's a stupid idea, your friend should be like, "Oh, girl, ooh, sis, what's going on?" But it's if everything you're talking about is it's something like, I don't know about that, or no, 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 no. Like, okay, girl, so what is it? Is it me? Is it you? Is
Right.
it us? Because some ain't flowing well anymore. And
So
when you approach them with that, and they just like, it ain't nothing like that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You could feel it in your spirit. The Holy, y'all, I got look, I am saved and filled with the Holy Ghost. I might cuss sometimes, but I'm just saying, when the spirit quickens within me
right.
and you telling me one thing and the spirit telling me something else, baby, no, we good. We straight. We straight, homie.
So do you feel like they're projecting onto you?
Could be. They could be, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they may wish they have the ideas. Maybe they want to have the life you have, the freedom you have, or just,
Hmm.
they just maybe they stuff getting shot down all the time. Who knows? I don't know.
No, I feel you. Like
hmm
for me, it definitely was harder to tell like years ago, but now it's like I'm able to tell because I do a lot of journaling. So like when you do journaling, you're able to process and see stuff. You stuff like, oh, this like this person. And what I realized, especially because a lot of my friends are my peers in my industry, a lot
hmm
of it was boiling down to jealousy, envy. Um, that was like one of the biggest things. Well, first of all, I was realizing that a lot of these people just was not my friends. Like that was
Right.
the other part of it. You like sometimes people are just your coworker. It's something that's convenient during the moment, and It's
And those are
transactional.
associates. I think that's something that I'm sorry, I'm jumping in, but uh, you have to know who's a friend and who's an associate. Who's a
Mhm.
friend and who's just fun to hang around. My people, that's fun to hang around. I'm not gonna tell them all my intimate details, of my life because they cool to hang around. That's my kick it crew. But I got a certain small group that I could cry to. They could cry to me.
Mhm.
I can trust them.
Okay.
See, it's it. Like you got to know who you can trust, and it can't be everybody. Some
Absolutely.
people,
What
my
happened?
favorite, my son. I swear, my manager, he throwing some. I could trust you if I want. You right, baby. You right.
That's funny.
But yeah, we just have to know. I think sometimes and it's just a human thing. You have to know the difference. Who's an associate and who's a friend.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that definitely was a lesson that I had to learn. And it comes with trial and error.
Hmm.
For me, some signs that I realized someone I might be a friend is how you handle tough conversations. Um, that tells me real quick how things are gonna go because everybody be like, in my past, I used like people be like, "Yo, don't just avoid me, walk away, stuff like that, like say stuff." But I had some people like every time you bring something up, they would just get defensive or they'd be petty
Hmm.
or say stuff, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, this I can't deal with it
Can't do
because
it.
I gotta walk on eggshells, just to make sure they okay." So it's like now I can't bring up anything and that type of
Hmm.
dynamic. Which so that's what ended with my other friendship was like there was no room for dialogue and conversation.
Yeah.
Um, so that was one of the biggest things for me. I would say, and then like the disrespect, probably is another thing because it's just like that could just go feed to a whole nother. It's draining.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah, it's
literally
very draining.
get
Or
off the
another
conversation.
person, another type of friend where you just have to cut. That's another draining type. Are the ones that just always got drama, always got something going on,
Yeah,
and that's draining. That's not. That's you can ain't nothing positive happening. I know. I know people have issues. People got times, but yo, ain't
yeah.
nothing good going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I typically, yeah, people who don't like got nothing going on in their life. But I try to like, and that was my problem. I'd be so like empathetic for people that I'd be trying to be talking to everybody. But yo, you gotta protect your peace. That is something
Hmm.
that I really had to learn. It took me a long time to learn because it's just like it will affect you long term. You're trying to carry
Right.
everybody on your back.
Right.
Um, so for you, what would you say? You could tell versus outgrowing friends versus cutting people off.
I think once if you outgrow people, it's not, you don't end on bad terms. That's the way I feel. If you outgrow somebody, you just don't end on bad terms. You just start gravitating towards different things.
Hmm.
Versus cutting people off, that has to go with if they are not respecting your boundaries. That's when you cut people off. And those conversations can be had, which usually does happen. People have conversations like, "Hey, yo, let's talk about this tone you got with me. What's good? Like, you all right?" And having those open type. I'm all right, homie. Having those open type of conversations, I think, and honest conversations help friendships. But if you see that, you're trying to have those open, honest conversations, and the part, like you said, they're defensive, they're not hearing you, that just totally cutting you off. It's a shield, maybe it's time to just let that go, cut that off.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I feel like for me, um, it's tough. Like I think we had Brenda on, and she talked about how in therapy you will lose friends.
It
And I
will.
noticed that in therapy for me, I definitely did lose friends as I started therapy, and because you start to change and people can't treat you the same way once you start gaining self awareness.
Yep.
Shoot, I had a man. I recently was dealing with a therapist. Oh, it's so crazy. Like,
Really?
yeah, like it's crazy how therapy brings your self awareness. Because this is a side story. So I was trying out this new therapist, and I was like, we was in session 4. I was like, yo, what type of therapy? I was like, what? She was asking me, I was like, what type of therapy is this? And she was like, well, therapy is not like a vending machine. I got to make my assessment, and et cetera, et cetera. And immediately I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Because she got defensive and she was trying to her ego got involved. But like um, where I'm trying to go with this. So therapy builds your self awareness. In that moment I was able to see things. And friendship you're able to see things once you start doing therapy and you can't deal with people the same way. So that's why now I'm just kinda like you start to find new friends, you start to relate to more people. It's tough though, like
It is. It's very tough.
therapy kind of like, and it kind of like make you feel almost like isolated. Sometimes for me, because it's like two worlds for me. Like I got like you kind of outgrow your friends. Like I don't know about you. Like you in the spiritual world. What up, Sunday? Um, sometimes like with my sometimes I feel like I can't have friends with therapy because in the spiritual world they look at it. Sometimes some people in the spiritual world look at it like it's like a bad thing going to therapy.
Yeah, and I think that's something that really needs to be removed. That's a stigma that needs to be removed because baby, if God made doctors, God made therapists. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood that. And I just don't know. If you man, no. If I'm in therapy to better myself and have self-awareness, baby, leave me alone. You pray for me. Go over there and pray for me because I'm praying for myself too. And God told me to go to this therapist. So you better leave me alone. And you better be happy God made a therapist for me. Thank you, baby, for praying for all. Amen. Because if I didn't go to therapy, y'all be different, dealing with a totally different. So I hear what you're saying. It does shut you off because you can't be open with people about you going to therapy. But I think those who aren't open, you should have people you could talk to about going to therapy. And they
Yeah.
should be your friends.
Real quick in the chat, Sunday wrote, "What up, family? I upgrade friends every year. Either grow with me or be gone." Hey, I like that. I like that. Let them know, Sunday. Let
Yeah.
them know. This
If
the
we don't
bar.
see no growth, I feel it. If we don't see no growth in a friendship, something ain't right.
Yeah, and it's like I went to church this weekend. It's like because when I go to church, like what I see a lot in church is image. People like they have to uphold an image, and I'm a type of person like when you start doing deep work, like you have to let go of that image. So that's why I can't sometimes relate with people because it's like, yo, you can pray to God, read your Bible, all that stuff, but you don't have to put on an image to do that.
Yeah, there's no image.
So for me, it definitely like you know therapy has kind of like made me feel isolated because it's like I don't feel like sometimes I can relate to a lot of people. Once you see things, once you grow, once you start to understand trauma and like how certain people affect and stuff like that, it's like I don't know. It's just weird. It puts me in like in this weird
Yeah.
space where
Yeah.
that I
I
can't.
remember
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, when Miss Brenda, right? That was her name, Miss Brenda.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I love me some Miss Brenda at one time. But I liked how she talked about, therapy is deep, and sometimes you hit a session and you do kind of need to step back from a little bit from everybody, because it's emotional, it could be draining, but it's self-work. And so the friends that you have need to understand that. I'm not trying to remove myself from you, but you should be able to communicate that with your friends. Hey, y'all, I had a session. I need to step back for a second. I'm not leaving y'all. I still love y'all. Still love y'all. But I got to deal with some things real quick, because that was, it was rough. It was rough. And
Right.
So, I think friends should be able to do that.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's real. Do you feel like you should have a conversation? Do every friendship that ends, do they deserve a conversation before it ends?
Yeah. I mean, if the offense wasn't egregious, if it wasn't something that you get arrested for, the conversation ain't gonna. I mean, you can do it, and most of the times it's probably there already have been conversations before that friendship has ended, before you decide to step away. And so you can. I remember somebody was saying something about closure. Closure isn't always necessary, because you already got your closure by their action. So, what more are we gonna talk about? What else? What else we gonna talk about? Are you going to explain why you are so disrespectful to me as a friend? Like, is that what this conversation? We gonna have another conversation about that? And cut that off. Move around, because the more you try to talk, as my aunt says, you can't understand crazy. Leave it alone. You can't rationalize it. You can't work it out in your brain. Let it go. If they show you the signs, you already talked about it. Ain't no more conversations that need to be had.
Hey, in the chat, Sunday wrote, "You didn't consider me in your actions. Don't consider me in your apology."
Exactly.
All right, hold on now. I will say that it depends. For me, it depends, right? I see where y'all coming from. Sometimes I might need closure. Like I feel like I sometimes you do want answers, but you can get closure on from yourself. Like literally just writing that letter that you never sent. But sometimes it depends on situation, right? Every situation is different. I feel like letting other people know why is helping them as well. Like sometimes people be like they need to know, and like they might not be able to receive it right there in that moment. But down the road they be like, dang, that's what they were saying. That's why they felt a certain type of way. Like it helps other people grow as well.
I hear you, but also if that person isn't able to self-reflect, then what's the point of telling them?
Yeah, no. I'm saying like it's hopeful. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with you. Like self-awareness. That's why sometimes you don't want to get it. What I'm saying is sometimes you can drop a seed, right? And what Jesus say? Just that little. I forgot what it was. But anyways, you just drop the seed. Yeah, I need to stop trying to act like
you all right. You
do what you do. But if you drop it. Like sometimes it will come later. Like sometimes they'll realize like there's been things in therapy that I learned, like my therapist told me a year ago that didn't make sense till today. So that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes you can help people out. Like I'm not saying you're obligated to do it. But I do like to sometimes tell people, even if they lack that self-awareness, like I get it. Because people who lack the self-awareness can be draining. You could be like, yo, I don't like doing this.
So you don't see why like that's what I like to put it like that. So you don't see why people get mad at you every time not give them their example. I mean, that's just me. Oh, okay, you're right. That's you. Okay, and that's the conversation. Because once you start talking about that's just me. Oh, okay, you're right. Go for
So,
what you know. What else I'm gonna say?
oh
Have a
God,
great life. I love that for you. I wish you well on your journey. Release.
closure. Because I did have somebody where I did reach out one time, right, for
Mm-hmm.
closure, and I text, I was like, hey, um, I was like, yo, you could, I want to, let's have a conversation, because I want closure, and then they was like, yo, forget that closure, you can come get,
See?
you can come get these hands. I was
See?
like, I said,
See?
I was like, yo, I'm just gonna write me a letter. I'm gonna
That's
write
it.
myself a letter.
Write yourself. I'm telling you, that whole, and I get it. I get we really want to work it out, but those people, that person showed you who they were. Believe it. Believe it. That's your closure. Believe that. And
Oh,
I'm saying this. I guess I'm saying like I'm older than you. Yeah, by a lot. So I just you just gotta believe that stuff. I think about, okay, go charge it. The manager's mad. His tablet died. But I guess I just think about the time, and I'm not gonna say the time wasted. Yes, I am. I am. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the time wasted. Oh, well, guys, I'm still here. Okay, there we go.
I got a phone call.
It's
My
all
bad.
right. I just think about the time wasted on conversations that I could have been doing something else. I'm sorry. I know that sounds selfish, but it's
It
only
sounds like
so many
you're
words you can
old.
say.
It sounds like you're
Yeah.
old.
There's just so many words you can say.
In the chat, Sunday says someone's anger is none of my business. Yes, other people's emotions is not your responsibility. That's something I definitely had to learn. You're not responsible for that.
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. In closing, so what's some lessons you said you probably have learned from what you call it, friendship breakups?
Friendships can, there ebbs and, it's an ebb and flow. Like Sunday morning said, sometimes people don't want to upgrade with you.
Hmm.
And you can't be stagnant. So, there's love, there could still be love.
Hmm.
But if you know that friendship isn't good for you and good for you growing, there's nothing that's coming out of it that's positive.
Hmm.
Let it go. Let that person become an associate. Let that person be part of your kick it circle, but not your inner circle. So, and that's another thing, you have to know a difference between an associate and your inner circle. Your associate is not somebody that you could trust with things of your heart, things that are close with you. There's two different things, situations. And so
Yeah.
with your breakup, and friend breakups they can be hard. They can be very sad because once again, those are people that you have willingly chose to have a relationship with. So it's okay to grieve a friend breakup, a friendship breakup.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Grieve, let it out. Listen to
Hmm.
your sad song. Listen to some Adele. Um, but yeah, I would say that definitely you can pivot the relationship, and sometimes it might not be a friend, but it might be a work creatively. Like I got a lot of people who work creatively with projects and stuff like that. So things end up working out. And then a lot of my friends now too. Like yeah, it works out for the best, and sometimes things just change. Um, so I got a story here for y'all that I want to read that I found on Reddit. I want to get y'all opinion. So it says, my best friend stopped talking to me, and I don't know what to do. About a year ago, my best friend of over 10 years suddenly stopped talking to me. We had our ups and downs, but I didn't notice right away because he went on holiday. A few weeks before he left, we talked about catching up in January, so I thought everything was fine. When January came, I messaged him but got no reply. I figured he was busy, so I waited a few days and tried again. Still no response. I started to worry but reassured myself he was okay. A few weeks later, I messaged him again, and when I got nothing, I got really concerned. I thought maybe my Instagram messages weren't going through since we had issues with that before. So I tried texting instead, but he still didn't respond. For a few days, I could only think about him, wondering if something had happened to him. Then I saw he liked an Instagram post posted 2 days prior, and I felt relieved that he was okay. But then I was confused. Why wasn't he replying? Did I do something wrong? I couldn't think of anything. The next few months were hard. I kept messaging him every few weeks, sometimes every few days, switching between Instagram, text, and Facebook. I was in a bad mental state, and he was the only person I felt comfortable talking to about it. I really needed him. Eventually, it hit me that he was ignoring me or didn't want me in his life anymore. That realization crushed me. I broke down crying almost every night. I loved him, not romantically, but I loved him like the best friend and chosen family he had been. Losing him felt like my heart was had been squeezing in my chest. In July, as in a last attempt to reach him, I wrote him a letter and left it in his mailbox. I told him I wouldn't contact him again if he didn't respond. Weeks passed and I got no reply. I gave up hope. Over the next month, I pulled away from my other friends. I unfollowed him on Instagram and Facebook because seeing his profile was too much. I cried every other night, sometimes feeling like I was moving on, only to break down again days later. Months went by, and while this breakdown became less frequent, last night was especially bad. I cried for hours and felt this deep hopelessness. I hope I don't understand why I still feel this way, and I want to stop. It made me scared to let others get too close, fearing the same thing might happen again. So just hearing that, um, is a slow fade worse than an honest conversation?
Yeah. But once again, I think listening to that, he said he was in a low mental space and he really needed his friend to get him through. Sometimes we put our friends in positions where therapists and doctors should be in. And that's heavy. That is a heavy, heavy thing to put a friend in, you know. And it's that's heavy. That was a heavy, that whole letter, that was heavy. Because it seemed like he was dependent on him to be that mental support, and no need to sugarcoat the situation.
In the
Sunday
chat,
morning.
in the chat, Sunday wrote, "Just be 100. No need to sugarcoat the situation. Hey, dog, I don't want to talk to you no more."
I'm trying to be real nice. I am. I'm trying to be
Hey,
nice.
nah, you can't. Come on, man. You gotta know if
I'm
your
trying to be
friend.
nice.
This is a sensitive person. I'm a sensitive person. I get it. Like I feel for.
I get
Like,
it. I do get it. But for somebody just to shut down on you like that, you have to look at your actions before it happened. Like, what led up? What did you do? You have to do some self reflection. This my best friend, but why would my best friend just ghost me all of a sudden? So I think sometimes you have to look at your own actions. And like I said, he said in the letter that he depended on him the most when his mental state was low. Your best friend is not a therapist.
I feel you. In the chat, Sunday wrote, "It's the difference between being nice and kind. Kind is being real, be straight up." And I see both sides, right? Because I was in a position where I come from, therapy wasn't normal. I didn't know that was an option. That wasn't one of the tools in my toolbox. I come from a Southern Black community where therapy is your mama and church. That's therapy. And
I
so
get it. Yeah.
it's like I see this person, their message and what they're saying. I'm glad that they reached out, right? Like I don't feel like this was crazy. I feel like they reached out every few
Yeah.
weeks. They even sent a letter, and yo, I feel
But
like
he
he
did
got,
it for a year. He did it for a whole year.
hey,
I'm
my
gonna tell
man.
you, after 2 weeks, I'm done. I gotta move forward. Cause what is we doing? You don't want to talk to me, IAL me. And I'm not gonna pull back from my other friends. They might ask me, hey, what's going on? Yo, I don't know. And we moving forward. I'm not.
I would say that for this person, they just gained some wisdom by what they went through. So now
Yeah.
the next time they have a friendship breakup, I'm pretty sure it won't be, it won't go to this level because they'll know, like, okay, I got discernment now on how things end. So,
Right.
sometimes people never went through a friendship breakup. Like I haven't
That's
said
true.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have relationships till I was in my 20s. So some things that I did in my relationship in my 20s, people be like, yo, that's crazy. But it's like, yo, I didn't really date like that before.
Mm-hmm.
So I might react a certain way. It might seem like an overreaction to others, but um, it's just that this is where my experience level at. So
Right.
I would say that this person, for me, honestly, I feel like they did the right thing. I would say if anybody's on the opposite end, um, yo, even just saying, yo, please don't contact me. That gives someone closure. Like you could
That's
be
true.
real, like you don't gotta like go in super deep details and be like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't like you because X, Y, Z. Like just be like, y'all, stop contacting me, and that
Or he
gives
could
them.
have been like, hey, I can't if he was a real friend to me,
Mhm,
hey, what you doing, what you dealing with is a lot right now. I can't really do that.
mhm.
Just give me some space. And I really hope you get the help you deserve.
Yeah,
That could have been. I mean, it just to me it sounds like an immature friend relationship. Like you said, it's one of those you just starting out type of relationships. just trying to figure out what friendship is in your while you're grown when you're grown. And yeah. So it could have been handled differently on both sides, I guess, for me.
yeah. In the chat, Sunday wrote, "Nice is avoiding the situation."
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. No, his friend ghosted him though. That ain't avoiding. His friend just ghosted him. He got ghosted. That's wild, man.
Yeah, the friend just left. The friend was liking on Instagram. Ain't that the worst when you see somebody not respond? I went through that,
I
dude.
know. You see him liking other people's posts and you like, well, what the hell I did? What is this?
Cause you got empathy for him. Like it was this girl I was talking to for like 2 weeks, and then she ain't start responding. And then I saw her liking stuff on Instagram. I saw her at a picnic. I was like, oh man, I'm hurt. I'm like,
When I tell you, I be like, oh, that's the way it is. And I told y'all I'm saved, sanctified, and I cuss a little bit. And so my thing is 2 middle fingers up. I gotta go. I don't have time. I just don't have the time. I'm
that's the
tired.
closure right there. Like
I'm
honestly, the dude with
tired.
the guy with the person that just wrote this, honestly, your closure is seeing that person active on social media and not responding to the
Exactly.
message. Like you,
That's
that's
it. That's your closer.
yeah, that gave you everything that you needed.
Mhm.
But you can't avoid those things. Sunday said I would pull up. Hey dog, you gonna get this closure? Open that door.
Let me tell you, I live in Texas. I don't pull up on nobody because everybody carry guns around here. I don't pull up on nobody. Nobody.
Oh
Everybody
man,
pack. My
yeah,
baby packing a Nerf gun. I don't pull up on nobody. Everybody packing. We good. Mm-mm. I don't need closure that bad.
that's funny. You gotta be mindful where you get your closure.
Real
Oh
life.
my god. Alright, I got another one for y'all. So it says, what I wish I knew about one-sided friendships. Just wanted to share some things I've learned from being in one-sided friendships that I wish I knew / accepted sooner. If the other person is putting in the effort with other people, not you, then it means they are not into the friendship as much as you are. If they aren't really putting the effort in with anyone, then it's a sign you have different values, priorities. Maybe you really value connection, effort, communication, and clarity, etc. And either they do not, or they just don't have the capacity for those things. This doesn't mean we need to cut people off out of our lives, but it means you should stop prioritizing and investing
Mhm.
and effort / energy into those friendships. Focus on the people who do share the same values as you, or seek out the ones you do. You'll find your people. This
Yep.
may seem like oversimplified advice because friendships are complex and there are many reasons for people behavior. But the bottom line is still the same. If people aren't matching your values, priorities, and energy, it doesn't mean they're terrible, but deserve to find people who do. So let's pause right there for a second. For you, um,
He, he
In the
said
chat,
some things in there.
in
No,
the chat,
I'm
Sunday said I would start posting at crazy good restaurants by
by
myself.
myself. Sir, don't be manipulating folks on social media.
Hey,
Talking
oh,
about, oh, this place was good. I'm here by myself.
oh. How do you
Listen,
know when a friendship has become one-sided?
um, you just see that effort, that matching energy. Energy matches energy. If they're not matching your energy, it's one sided. That's just like being in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. You know, if you're the one giving all the time, that's not. It's not a balanced relationship. And so the same goes with a friendship. If that friend is not putting in that same energy, that's not your friend. It's an associate, and that's okay. It's okay. But you have to, like you said, you have to recognize it and not get upset about it. Leave it alone. It's other people out here you can be friends with. You ain't gotta be friends with that person. No. Oh, that's an associate. That's not a bestie. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Um, in the chat, Sunday wrote, "When we start talking about money, it's one-sided. I am a giver."
Yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. And I'm a giver too, but I think with me learning my boundaries, I overgive. And when you start overgiving, that's when your cup stops being full for you. You start giving instead of out of your abundance that falls out of the cup, you're giving out of what's supposed to be for you. And
Mm,
so with that, that's when your cup starts getting empty and you start feeling drained from it. So,
mm,
you have to be, if you're if you're a giver, you have to be mindful about that. You have to be mindful of your giving, and you have to be mindful of the boundaries that you put in place for yourself, because it's to protect you. So, and that comes with recognizing your real. You know, is there energy matching mine? Am I the one who's always pouring out? Why am I? I don't want to be the one. I'm empty. And now they're full off my, and they're not reciprocating. Nah, we good. We good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. Um, for me, it's um something I look at conversations and like
Mhm.
who's doing the most talking, what's the conversation about, um to help me see what things are one sided. And well, once again, I say this, I've probably said this 4 times, I say this every week. I work in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
and everybody's selfish. So
Mhm.
I hate, I'm the type of person, and I used to get like so mad when I dealt with one sided things, because people will do that, and you dealing with such somebody selfish, and it's like, yo, how could you, like, I don't understand how you even do this. Like,
Yeah.
they will, like, I had people in situations where, like, you hit them up, you want something, they ignore it, right? They ignore it on Facebook, and then
Yeah.
later they need something, so they'll hit you up on Instagram and be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I need you for this." I'm like, "Hold on, bruh."
No, and I'm not. And I'm not.
Like, and there was times where I would hold that stuff in because I was like, I didn't want to be petty and stuff like that. But it was like, nah, like I had to realize I had to start bringing it up, having those conversations with people. Like, yo, do you see such and such? And then even when I do that and I start saying it's a repeat pattern, then it's like that's when I
Mhm.
choose, like, okay, maybe this is not someone I want to deal with so much.
Yeah. Because social media, especially you're in the entertainment industry, so social media is currency, baby. That's coins, and if you're not putting into my pocket, what do you mean? It's
Yeah.
easy to just share something. It's easy to like it. It's easy to type a hey or fire. You can put an emoji, whatever. It's very easy to do that. So if that's all I'm asking you to do and you can't do that, but you want me to do it for you,
Mhm.
my fingers broke. My fingers broke. I can't do it. Ouch.
Oh,
Oh, I took a break from social media. I ain't taking no break from social
shit.
media.
Your finger, bro, you're hilarious. Oh, in the chat, Sunday Road. That's why I am private. I will just randomly post a trip to Bahamas. Like you could have been there. Could have been nice.
I don't even do that. Yo, okay, so funny story. I got a good story about that, right? That he brought that up. So me and we missed this year, but usually I take girls trips with my girls, right? Every year we find some country we want to go to, we go. We didn't take one last year. This year, no, we didn't take one last year. And we tried to take one this year, and stuff just not, because it's life, whatever. But the one we took, we went to Belize, and and we got back, and everybody was like, "Oh, you ain't invite? We ain't get no invite. We ain't get this." We was like, "What you mean?
That's funny.
What you mean? What do you mean? Like, we always take trips. What do you mean? Did you hit us up before when we start planning? No. So what do you mean? Like,
Yeah, that's funny.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah,
Oh my
I do like
goodness.
that. I
And
mean,
it's not, and like I said, it's not being mean. It's just protecting, knowing who is your associate and who's your inner circle when it comes to friends.
yeah,
Knowing the difference.
I had to understand that because I have a hard time, because I've been doing this what 10 years now,
Mm-hmm.
doing comedy, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's a high turnover rate. So a lot of my friends who I started with don't do this no more. And what happens is we all started together, but they got married, had kids, and did other stuff, and so I continued on the path, and it's
Right.
very, very lonely. I've been broke, been borderline homeless, like living in bunk beds and Airbnbs,
Yeah.
and I would reach out to them like I just wanted someone to talk to during this time, and like they would not, brush it off or they weren't available and stuff like that, and like I never took it personal. I was just like, they got family stuff like that or their wives and like whatever.
Yeah.
But they always hit this point where they want to come back and do comedy and be like, I'll be in year 8, 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they want to hit me up and want me to be the person that
To
goes out
bring
with
them
them.
back in.
Yeah, and it's
Social
like,
currency.
nah, dog.
No.
You
Yeah.
gotta go with the open micers, yo. Like, what Drake said you want with me shooting in the gym? Like, bro,
Right. Where were you? Remember when I was calling you? And I know that sounds very I know, people like, oh, that sound, you gotta protect your social currency. You can't expect that type of exchange if you ain't put in. You gotta put in. You gotta that's how you have to maintain relationships. That's it. I think that's the point. All right, y'all, I'm about to bring up my scripture and stuff. So when Jesus was talking about, what's the greatest commandment, and it's love the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, right? And he said, what's the second greatest one? And he was like, love thy neighbor as thyself. Like, you gotta think about that. That means that whatever I do to somebody else is what I want to happen to me. So, and that's the way I go through life, period. Like, I ain't got no room to hate, but I don't have room to waste either. Like, I'm not about to waste time, but I don't hate. I put in the energy that I know you need. My initial put in is because I love you. I'm trying to do for you what I want somebody to do for me. I'm loving you as I love myself, as I would want to love myself. And so, and then after that, you act accordingly. You just act accordingly. So always, if you want those relationships, just beyond, it's just about relationships. If you want those to flourish, you have to think about, am I loving this person as I would love myself? If Vaughn is just calling me he just want to talk, bet we gonna talk. If I can't talk in that moment, give me about 30 minutes and I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds bad, but like I said, I got a kid. My manager be in here. He be running stuff. He asked me to make him a sandwich while I was talking to you. That's what like I ain't doing nothing with my time. But anyways, but you get what I'm saying? Like I'm being mindful about putting some time in to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, I think that's the
That's
biggest
it.
thing. I think the biggest thing is like I felt you start dealing with those people. I felt used. I think that's the biggest thing because it's
As
just
you
like
should. Yeah, you should.
yeah. So it's like I gotta treat you with a certain thing. Like we're not really friends. So since we're not really friends, I'm not being a friend, but I can't help you.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you
yeah,
want some help? Oh, you let me show you. I tell you what time this open mic night gonna be. You
yeah,
could go there. Here's some open mic nights you could go to. I ain't got nothing else I can give you. I'm not about to take you on tour with me.
man,
You
yeah,
doing a show. You right, I'm doing a show, but you could go do that open mic.
yeah,
Get in there, homie. Let's get some work.
yeah. It was. That's what it was. I was getting phone calls, and I was just like, "Yo, can you help me with this joke?" I was like, "Hold on, you got
No.
minutes? You got minutes now? You can
Oh,
talk."
you got time. What the kids
Um,
doing? Write a joke about that.
that's funny.
Yeah.
In the chat, Sunday wrote, "I just move according to me. Then when people see the success, they realize my life is not theirs."
Mm,
I respect that.
yeah.
I just want to bring up a quick celebrity segment real quick. We do the Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Remember they had a TV show for
I,
years.
uh,
They built one of the biggest sports debate shows on television. Their chemistry was great, but over time they had public disagreements, tension, and questions about respect. You know, Shannon didn't feel respected by Skip. Like it was a whole big thing, and eventually Shannon left the show and moved on to new opportunities.
yeah.
Um, and my question for you is: have you ever left a friendship because you felt undervalued?
Yes. hmm Yep. And like I said, once again, it's just about protecting your boundaries
Mhm.
and knowing, your worth. Because friends take your friend, people who've grown up with you. I'm not gonna just say friend, but people could take you for granted, and you do have to know your worth. And it's a time where you realize, okay, I've outgrown this because you can't keep reminding me about something that I did 5 years ago. I've graduated past all of that. I've we're not gonna do that anymore. I'm not even doing those things anymore. Like, what are we talking about? Why you keep bringing up old stuff?
Yeah,
Like, you want to bring it up to embarrass me? Like, what are we doing? So if you keep bringing up stuff from the past and you're not seeing what I've done to grow from that, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah. And I think this was like professional friendship relationship, and there are going to be times when the person who seamlessly was underneath is going to become bigger. That's part of the growth. And that could be hard. Like I've dealt with that. You know, people helped me out, and then I started getting more opportunities, and the way I saw them respond, they were happy, because they felt like it was an investment of their end. They invested, they took their time and energy to do that. Because when you really trying to grow, the people who are for you and real friends, they will understand that it's time for what you're
That's
doing.
true. Mm-hmm.
But another story I got for y'all. Y'all remember Drake and LeBron and the whole beef, like, and y'all remember like they had the beef, the rap beef, Kendrick and Drake. And then Drake and LeBron, they friends, and
Hold on.
so
Wasn't LeBron on stage? Wasn't he crip walking? They not like
Kendrick had
y'all
the
don't.
concert.
These spirit fingers. I don't represent nothing but Jesus Christ. Amen. Hallelujah. Sorry.
Kendrick had the concert, and LeBron was
LeBron
at
was
the
up there crip
concert.
walking.
He did not like us. Now, um, when you a
That wasn't a
friend,
real friendship. That is a celebrity bond.
My question is: do friends expect you to pick sides during conflict? He said he's not
Yeah.
a gangster. LeBron from the suburbs.
I know he is. I know. It's just funny. Look, if you my friend, now don't get me wrong. In private, tell me I'm wrong. But in public, you better have my back. You better have my back. But in public, I mean in private, when we get finished, tell me, friend, that was wrong. I know, girl. Leave me alone, you know. But thank you for having my back. I appreciate you for telling me I was wrong. I do that with my friends now. You better have my side. I don't care how wrong I am. Correct me in private though. I get it.
I feel like that's when you know you got a friend is if they pick one side in public. Because when people start doing that neutrality stuff, that's when I know you're not. Like I had that
You're not my
situation.
friend.
Yeah, I had that situation. I had someone like I thought we were friends. Like I would give them opportunities, like put money in their pocket, stuff like that. Just helped out like anytime they call, answer, everything. And then one day I was like, I needed to vent about something. And I was talking about somebody, and they was like, well, I just want to let you know before we go deeper, that person right there is so dope, you know. Said like they was trying to make say like, and that person that I was venting about was like a booker or whatever, right? And that moment, it was like, and they did that for other people too. And I'm just like, yo, when you call me, I'm on your side. I'm like, yo, forget that person, no matter how. Like, and these were people that I had professional relationships with, and I'm just like,
See,
come
like
on,
I'm on
friends.
your side. Will I correct you in private? Yes. In public,
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't correct you.
It was over at that point. It was
yeah.
over. I was like, yo,
Cause now you done embarrassed me. Get out my face. We not friends no more.
when I tell you,
don't
I
have a
was
shirt.
like hurting, grief.
I don't have a shirt on, so I
Oh
need.
my god, like that was like one of them things. Like betrayal. That's what you feel when you go through something like that. You feel betrayed. Monday in the chat wrote, I stay 10 toes down on my beliefs. We can disagree. I have friends from all viewpoints. That's real.
Mhm.
I like that.
Did he call LeBron the bum? Oh, that's so rude.
I think that was autocorrect.
Yeah, okay.
I got, I got one more segment for us. We're gonna do our or nah segment. It's like, is this person a friend or nah? And
Oh
please
yeah, I got you.
comment in the chat as well. Um, a friend never checks on you unless you text first. A friend or nah?
No. What you mean? What you mean?
You said nah.
That is not your friend. If you gotta if you not checking on me and I'm always the one, I told you Sunday morning did mean LeBum. You call that man LeBum.
Oh my god! In the chat, Sunday corrected himself, y'all, because I got to make sure I say in the chat because people be listening. It's like, yo, we don't know what you're saying. In the
Sorry,
chat,
in the chat, guys.
Sunday wrote, nope, LeBum, LEBUM was correct, no autocorrect. So let him know, Sunday. I would
No, that
say,
ain't a friend. No.
I would say possibly it is a friend. Cause one thing I had to learn, right? There was a friend that I always did the initiating, but they did always answer. So sometimes there can be dynamics where you do the initiation, and it's just that's what it is. Like they like some people are just weird. They like to like be hit up more. You know, like it's different than someone that you always called and like they call you 3 weeks later, et cetera, et
Look at my
cetera.
face.
So
Look
I
at my
was
face.
no, like say I hit you up and then you hit me back 10 minutes later, and like that's always the dynamic. Like for me, that is a healthy dynamic.
But when they're hitting you up, are they asking you how you're doing? Are they
Yeah,
interested in you being okay too?
yeah. Like I have
Okay.
friends. Like one of my good friends. Literally, I'm always doing like the initiation. Like that's just that dynamic. Like every dynamic for my
Okay.
friends are different.
Okay. All right. I
But
get that. As long as they're interested, like when you hit them up and they like, hey, thanks for hitting me up. How are you doing too? Like, you all right? Okay. Okay.
and like we have like long, sometimes 2-3 hour conversations, just like boom, like, and it's like So I would say every situation is different because I was hurt sometimes. I'm like, yo, why they never hit me up? And it's just that some people are shy. Some people are afraid to put themselves out there, and so they prefer ego.
That.
In the chat, Sunday wrote 50-50. Sometimes life has you busy with no bad intentions. That's the difference between male and female relationships. All right. So a friend forgets your birthday, a friend or not?
Yikes. I'm gonna still say a friend. It depends on what's going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the chat,
but black girl,
she said nope.
Nope. See, I'm giving somebody the benefit of a doubt because I think about this. What if my friend just had a baby and she got baby brain?
Life be lifing, yo.
Life be lifing, or somebody you lost somebody close to you around the birthday, and you dealing with someone, that grief and stuff. And I know, birthdays are a big deal, but I just also put myself in other people's shoes. Now, if they ain't got nothing going for them, I know they all right, and they was just, I don't know. It's situational.
I would say it depends on how other things in your life. If we're not Facebook friends, I don't expect you to remember my birthday. But if you Facebook friend and you forget my birthday, we got some problems, y'all. You got some problems.
I guess I don't even care anymore. I know who I expect happy birthdays from, which friends I expect, which family members I expect. But other than that, I'm going to celebrate regardless, and I'm celebrating with the people who I want to celebrate with, and they know my birthday. So there's that.
In the chat, Sunday says, yes, depends on beliefs. Birthdays are not important to everyone. That's very true. That's very, very true.
Because Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate birthdays.
That's why I call Jesus. So
Jesus recognize your birth.
leave it a group.
And they let you get blood transfusions. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm left. Okay.
Leaving a group chat without explanation. Is that a friend or not? He said, there you go. It's in the chat. Sunday said, there you go.
This bad. Hey, maybe the person ain't gelling with everybody in the group no more. So depends. Hey, I've been part of groups that went from 5 to 3. They left the group and started another group. And then, what you gonna do about it? I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Hey, yo.
I don't know what it is.
I'm debating about leaving this one group chat right now. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, see, as a friend, people do leave group chats for a bunch of different reasons.
In the chat, Luck says, a friend, people leave group chats for so many reasons. Now, I leave group chats because I'm making a statement.
Baby, I'll put a group chat on mute in a minute. Do you hear me?
I know you put
I
my
don't even
group
want to
chat
see
on
it.
mute. You put my group chat on mute. I saw that. I was like,
I love y'all though. It's not on purpose. It's too many notifications. But I pop in. That's what I do. I really do pop in. But I got to mute it because my attention span. When I tell you my attention span be like, I see too much stuff. I be like, overstimulation. Mute.
Janae is in my group chat for Bible study. She's in the group
and
chat.
I jump in there. Y'all don't see me, but I be jumping in and reading stuff.
You did like some of them things because I looked at the like and I was like, oh, look at Janae. And then immediately after that, she muted it.
I had to. It got too much. Like everybody started. It was like, no. I don't want it.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, I need to like tell people to stop posting in here. But that's another conversation.
That's another. I told you. I mean,
In the chat, Sunday wrote, a real friend leaves the group chat to start another chat. The sibling chat goes crazy. Yeah.
look, we used to have my sibling chats, my family chats. I don't leave on purpose, and I start all the wars. But no, a friend chat, I will leave a group friend chat if I need to leave the group because I know like there's somebody in the group who is not my real friend. I will leave it. I'm not ashamed about that.
Yeah, I'll leave a group chat quick. I ain't gonna front. Like, I ain't gonna go into deep story, but yeah, I'll leave it quick. I remember, family. I remember I left a group chat for my family. I got uninvited to Thanksgiving. That was crazy.
How you get uninvited to Thanksgiving?
We stopped talking after I left the group chat.
Dang.
Yeah.
They said no.
It was hurt.
No,
It
you're
was hurt.
done.
I gave an excuse too. I was like, yo, like I'm getting too many notifications. I can do Janae on them. I'm getting too many notifications. I need silence. They was
Hey, I told you that's why I be muting stuff. You don't leave, you just mute. Like the person everybody can't see that you muting it, so you just mute. I love everybody. I can still read, but mute. I don't.
Oh man. All right, got one more. Not inviting a friend to every event. Is that a friend or not?
No, that's not a friend. Because why you not inviting me?
I'm sorry.
And don't tell me, well, I didn't invite you because I invited this person. If you my friend, you know not to invite that person.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. I'm not your friend if you don't invite me to everything.
In the chat, hold on, we're gonna get to you being hurt. We're gonna get to you. In the chat, Sunday wrote, the sibling chat straight talking about your mama. Hey, yo. Hey, I love my mama. We talk about
my mama too, but we sure will. Like if she do something funny, we be like, hey, let me tell you about your mama right now. It's not even my mama no more. Let me tell you about your mama. Because your mama been tripping.
So you feel like you should be invited to everywhere your friend got?
Yes.
You know what? Now that you say that, I was upset. My friend, he invited me to his bachelorette party, which I couldn't go to because they was. I feel like, bro, you should understand where I was at in my life. His bachelorette party was at an NBA game. I was like, yo, bro, come on. You know I couldn't afford that. But I could afford that. I would have went to the wedding. He invited me to the wedding. I was so mad, yo.
Because you didn't go to the bachelor party at an NBA game?
Yeah, like I was so mad. Like we was not like it was just like a build up. Like we was.
That's kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie, that's trash.
Like with your friend, we should have talked about this earlier. This is another topic for another. But sometimes your friends will marry somebody, and you no longer could be friends because of the person that they married. Like I had someone that married someone that wanted to be a lawyer, and so they wanted that person to only have friends like they were like image and a certain level, stuff like that, and I was the broke comedian, so it's like, yeah, dog, leave him alone. I need you to get you some. It hurt, but it was just like, yo, I get it, but it's like that. It was kind of hurt, like you see that.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
In the
Look
chat,
what someone said.
They wrote, "Don't invite me to places where I don't belong. No swinger parties, for example." Invite me to the swinger parties. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, I no longer. There was another guy who, like, talk about friends getting married. One friend, like, we was like homeless together, and then after the pandemic, we was on some comedy. So comedy's weird.
Yeah.
So we was literally living in an Airbnb. I had got him like I had moved to New York. I gave him my job at Airbnb to like you would clean up in exchange for free rent. And so when I moved to New York, I gave him that job so he had free rent. And I remember 4 years later, I'm seeing him at getting married. He's got pictures at his wedding, and I see him with comedians there. These comedians, some of them not even funny, and and then he going to the honeymoon. I think I called him on his honeymoon, and I was like, hey dog, why wasn't I invited to? Yo, like I cussed him out. Why you on his honeymoon?
Hey, I don't blame you. Like you wouldn't be where you at if it wasn't for me. The little job I got you. Remember that, my nigga? Remember that?
So,
have a good honeymoon and amazing wedding, whatever.
Anyways, that's all right, Cat, please. So in closing, a question for you is, what's the one sentence? What's the quality you value most in a friendship today? And and do you have anything to promote?
I did put out I recorded a solo podcast episode from Confessions from a Red Couch. Everybody, y'all can find it on all the listening platforms. It's just audio, no video yet because I ain't got time. But so if y'all want to go listen to that brand new episode, please do that. Once again, Confessions from a Red Couch. Now, my one sentence about friendships is make sure what you're putting into the friendship is also what you're getting out of the friendship. It has to be reciprocal. Don't one-sided friendships, once again, will drain your cup, and you don't want to be drained. So, because if so, you'll start pouring from an empty cup. And we talked about burnout last week. You will get burnt out on that friendship and end up ghosting somebody or going off on somebody. So, yeah.
Oh. In the chat, Sunday said, "We got yourself. Check out your video. Be your best friends always." For me, it's gonna be honesty and vulnerability. I feel like those the only things will lead to a successful friendship. For me, is honesty and vulnerability. Vulnerability will deepen the friendship, and honesty is the only way I could trust you. No matter how bad it is, like if you just be honest, like I had somebody lie to me the other day. They was like, I was like, yo, I had someone lie to me a while back.
He said the other day, no, a while back. A while back, not the other day.
I was like, hey, dog, can you do a collaboration post? And they was like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I was like, first my instinct was like, yo, I can teach you how to do it. Right. And then like I went back and looked and I see that they had a collaboration post before. And then a week later I saw them do a collaboration post. And then another month I see them do a collaboration post.
Yo.
And it's one of the smallest things, right? But for me, it's the fact, like, I'd rather have been like, yo, I don't feel like this fit my brand. I don't feel like that honesty, I could accept that versus, because now it's like, what else would you lie about? So yeah, that's why I say for me, those two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt. But that happened years ago, y'all.
I was gonna say, was it me? I hope it wasn't me.
No.
Because I be reposting stuff now. I might not post everything, but I repost.
That happened 2 years, 3 years ago. Long time ago.
I was gonna say, I hope it wasn't me.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, but anyways, in closing, yeah. So this was dope. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Definitely, we'll be back next Monday, 10 p.m. TikTok Live. Check that out. And Vermont this weekend. Also, check out if you on the page. Check out the sketches on my page. Just other type of content. So check that out as well. Check out Janae's podcast. Confessions from a Red Couch. Give that a listen. It's great. I was on there before.
Yes, he was. I listened to your episode.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think we did it twice.
I'll repost it just because.
Oh, dope. Okay. I'm gonna check it out myself. But yeah, other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for listening. Peace out.